Welcome back to Stealth Camping Adventures. Today we are going to be again stealth camping in an urban area. And I would like to thank all the viewers who have been subscribing to the Stealth Camping Adventures channel. Without the viewer, I can't make this possible. Well, without any further ado, let's go stealth camping. Okay, the other day I Googled on Google Maps an area that I want to go to and the city over from my residence. And the place I'm going to is called Forest Park. And so we are gonna go back there and see if we can stealth camp. I believe it's right next to a highway, and we'll see when we get over there. It's gonna be pretty noisy on the way there because of the traffic. But okay, I'll see you when we get a little bit closer to where we will be stealth camping for tonight. I got to thinking the other day that if my stealth camping videos have shown anybody anything, it is that you can go stealth camping just a few miles, if not just a mile away from your own home. You don't have to get on your bike or hike 20 to 30 miles to start stealth camping. You can start stealth camping almost right in your own backyard. Okay, that street right there called Moran, I was gonna go down that way to try to enter this park where we're gonna stealth camp, but when I pulled Google Maps up, when I did the street view of Google, the road that I wanted to go down to enter the woods, there's signs that says restricted, caution, keep out, trespassers will be prosecuted. And this is the street off of Moran that I could not enter getting back to go stealth camping. So, and there's like 4 signs like that going down the road that I wanted to go on. And the reason is because you'll see it soon. This is a radio station, and they have a big radio station company back this way. So I can't get in on the side that I wanted to go on. So we are gonna have to go on the opposite side. That guy scared me for a little bit, and go try to stealth camp on the other side. All right, let's get going. Burning daylight, got about an hour and a half and it's gonna be dark. Look how beautiful the fall colors are. I absolutely love when the leaves turn. They're definitely starting to turn if you look around. Look at that one. Oh, there's the street we actually want to turn down. New York. New York Street and make a left. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. Baby, my heart's on fire. Okay. So this is the street that we want to go down. Now, from what I gather from looking at Google, I'm gonna have to enter this park in between 2 houses, I guess. So I don't think there's any way possible to enter this park without being seen. As a matter of fact, I hate to even say it, but I kind of got a bad feeling about this one. But hopefully, just change that negativity to some positivity, and everything will be okay. But yeah, just to enter this park, to me, is kind of iffy. Guess we'll see what happens. Like I always say, they can't give you life in prison for stealth camping. Okay, now I think the park is right there on our left side, down this road. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. And like it said, in between those two houses, I guess I'll just go on this sidewalk and, oh man, look at these houses. I'm pretty sure I can fit through that. Okay. Oh. All right, I made it through. See, look at all these houses. There's a pavilion up ahead, so I'm gonna go inside there, and I guess we can look around and see where is the best place to go inside these woods. Well, as you can see, we have a lot of houses. And the only way to get back in the woods is through that way, and see where that leads. I know it runs across I-75, a highway, and I would imagine we're going to be stealth camping right next to the highway. Well, I guess in this situation, any time is as good as any. Just got to make sure no one is looking out their windows, you know, the best that you can, or nobody's in their backyard, and try to be sneaky as possible entering the woods, because we are going to go directly behind us and go stealth camp inside of there. Okay, I think I stopped here long enough, you know, with all these houses. I'm not sure how many people, if any, are watching me, but I think it's time to go ahead and enter the woods. Okay, I'm going in. Well, I sure hope nobody's seen me come back here, because I noticed, if I remember, I'll film it in the morning, but I noticed coming in here, I did see a neighborhood watch sign, so I don't know if they come back here as a neighborhood and check the woods to keep the homeless out or what have you. But anyhow, this is what I'm looking at ahead of me. Massive billboard right in front of us. Wow. It's not too often I get the chance to walk right next to a billboard. It would be cool if you could stealth camp directly behind it. But you can see behind me, we are way close to that park still. Well, I'll say one thing. It is definitely super loud back here next to that highway. Well, you can see that they have trails throughout these woods, and they definitely look like they are being used daily, so definitely not going to put my tent back that way. But let's take a little peek in there and see what it's like. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to stealth camp back in here because it looks like people come down here probably, I would imagine, throughout the whole day. So I'm going to have to be extremely careful of where I'm going to stealth camp for the night. But I'm going to keep on following this little trail that we're on down further. I just wanted to show you these woods, and they're pretty wide open. Definitely not like most of the woods that I've been in, where everything's close together and miserable to get through. But yeah, I think I am not going to camp in this section of the woods. So we'll get the bike and keep on moving down that way and see what's down a little bit further. Just gonna keep riding down here and see where it leads. Oh. Well, it's kind of a dead end. I guess what we can do is put the bike and my trailer a little more over this way so nobody can see it if they come down the trail. And let's go scout the land. Okay, let's go a little bit further ahead and see what's down here. Well, I definitely could stealth camp back this way. I am just going to have to be very careful and on my guard at all times stealth camping in this area. But directly behind me, definitely I could put up a tent and stealth camp back this way. I don't see anybody back here yet. We got about, I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours of daylight left. And okay, I wanted to show you the highway. It's actually called I-75. I'm sure many of you have heard of I-75. But let's go up this little tiny hill and you can actually see how close we are to I-75, the highway. It's a pretty steep hill. There. I don't think you can get much closer to the highway than this. Very loud. Now's a good example of why I say I always bring at least one pair of earplugs with me when I go out stealth camping. I was actually looking directly behind me, okay? And directly behind me, it looks like there's enough flat land to get my bike and gear up here and maybe stealth camp for the night. That way, I'll be off those main trails that you've seen. Pretty close to the road, which is super loud, but I think maybe that's our best bet to stealth camp in this park. So I guess let's take a look behind me and see what's back there and see if if it's a good spot or not. Nothing large to move or anything, or to climb over. Maybe. I was gonna stealth camp at the top of this hill, about right here, but I changed my mind because, can you see that hole? I have no idea what is inside that hole. And I was gonna put my tent somewhere around here, and I think I'll pass now. There is no rush for me to put a tent up. I mean, I got a little bit of time to spare. Plus, the way I had to come in with all those houses looking at me. Like I said before, I'm just gonna leave my gear in my tent on my bike right now. Give it a little while, make sure nobody comes back being nosy, seeing what I'm doing back here. So until then, I guess I'm just gonna walk around, scout out the land, and see if we can find a good stealth camp spot for the night. I'm gonna check out a little bit down this way. If I have to bring my bike and my gear back this far, my gear and my bike's right there, it wouldn't be difficult at all. But as you can see, the land is really bumpy, really hilly. And I am trying to just find a nice spot with maybe a lot of bush, so I can hide a little bit better. I think I'm gonna get my bike, bring it back over this way. I'm hoping to be able to camp somewhere over this way. Let's go back and get my bike and trailer. Because we will definitely be camping somewhere back this way. Well, it doesn't seem like it's too difficult to get my bike over in that direction. The further back I can get in these woods, the less likely somebody is gonna come back here. Yeah, up ahead, I'm pretty sure is where we're gonna stealth camp for the night. Lay down my bike and kind of take a look around to see where I want to put up my tent. Well, kind of thinking it has to be right around this area. Well, I'm not really crazy about this location. hung up on the tree. I mean, what lousy land back here. And what I mean by that is everything is hilly, bumpy, rocky. I just need to find a spot that's a little bit flat and that you can't see from far away. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to actually go closer to that highway. So I'm down a little hill now. I mean, it's really not that little. It's about 8 foot down here. And if you look behind me, you'll see that there is a nice little flat spot, but you'll also see that there's a fence. And wow, that highway is very close. I'm gonna go back up, get my bike, bring it down here, and we are gonna stealth camp next to that fence directly behind me. I was thinking what I could do is I could even lay my camouflage tarp across this section so nobody can drive by, like a state trooper or just a regular Joe drives by and hey, calls the police saying that they seen somebody on the side of the road camping. But well, I'm gonna have to be even more careful back here because right over this tree line right here is that radio station, and on the other side is all those signs, restricted signs, that's saying that if you get caught back here they'll prosecute. But I did not enter through that direction. I entered through the other way. So I am still trying to find somewhere that I can quickly put up my things. Yeah, the more I thought about camping right next to that highway, the more I started changing my mind. There was nowhere really back there to hook up my tarp the way that I wanted it hooked up. I'm hoping I could camp somewhere close in this area. I'll be honest, I'm having one pain in the butt time trying to find a place. I think I am just being too finicky. This really wouldn't be a bad spot, but then look at, you can see that building. It's, geez, what, about 100 feet away? Let's zoom up and see if you can see it. It's a very large building. It actually wraps around because the building was back over that way too. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna come back to this spot and go stealth camping. All right, so let's go back, get my bike, get my trailer, and get the show on the road, because we got about an hour of daylight left, and I got a lot of setting up to do. This is actually the fun part. trying to turn your bike around in a tight spot with that trailer. We want to get the bike right over on the other side of that fallen shrub. One nice thing about camping a little back this way is the noise from the highway won't be so loud that you can't hear me talk to you. Got pushed through, stuck on something. Oh, these vines will definitely slow you down. Okay, I got my equipment and my bike back where I want to stealth camp at, and over in that direction, like I said before, there is that radio station, and it's about, I don't know, 100 feet away from me. So I'm gonna have to keep my voice down as much as I can back here tonight. Keep my lights down, because I'm not sure if they have a security guard or not, but by the looks of all those restricted and prohibited and prosecution signs, yeah, I think they mean business. So I'm gonna have to lay low and keep an eye out so I don't get busted. As I'm sitting here resting on my trailer, yeah, I've been kind of like really frustrated trying to find a spot. Not because I'm not enjoying my stealth camping day, but it's because of my new glasses. As you can see, I got my new glasses. They came in the other day, and I like them. As you can see, they are called Liberty Sport, and they're as strong as OSHA required glasses. So they're strong as OSHA required glasses, and but I'm just not used to wearing them. I'm not acclimated to wearing these yet, because I kind of get a little bit dizzy because they're not like your normal glasses. The other pair that I have, I see fine, but these kind of make me a little bit dizzy. The ground below me looks a little bit bubbly, so it's throwing my game off a little bit today, and I'm tripping back here when I'm walking like crazy because of these. Hopefully I can acclimate myself to wearing these glasses, because I do like them, and I wanted something very strong and durable out here, so if I get hit in the face with a branch, my glasses don't bust on me. So hopefully I can get used to wearing them and not break my neck in the process. I'm gonna go ahead and put my tent up right over this way. See what I mean about the tripping with these glasses? Camouflage tarp. What I'm looking for are my two blue tarps that I always throw down. And why I do that is because it keeps the dew off, like I told you before. And by throwing the blue tarps down, you protect your tent from anything that's gonna pop through it. Because on my last two stealth camping adventures, I had little twigs and branches pop through my blue tarps, but not my tent. So that's always a plus. So that's another good reason to put down your blue tarps. Then when I got the blue tarps down, I kind of just walk on top of it, and this is when you will discover if anything would have popped through your tent. Okay, everything feels nice. Nothing's gonna pop through anything. Ground's pretty much flat. All right, let's get that tent out. over to this side. Okay. Okay, there's my tent. Get my tent poles ready. Get the tent stakes ready. Oh, it's pretty hard to get down in there. These tent stakes are hard to get down. See how easy when you got yourself a little hammer? I mean, I tried to get it down by hand and I could not do it by hand. So I brought me a little hammer from home, and it works perfect when you come across gravel. Okay, I'm gonna get my backpacking chair out so I can actually have a place to sit down and be comfortable. Put this stuff in my trailer and get my sleeping bag and my mat inside of the tent. Feels good to sit back and relax. And yeah, it's a little bit more hotter outside than what I expected. I thought it would be kind of chilly today, and it's not. It is I forget what it said before I left the house, about 75 degrees. It's supposed to go down to 50 tonight, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm not gonna use my camping stove tonight. So, but what I did is I went to Kroger supermarket and I got me a sub, got a salad, got some chili Fritos, which are really awesome. Gotta try them out if you never tried chili Fritos. Try them out. They are awesome. But so yeah, I didn't have to worry about bringing the stove or that setup today, so I could actually go ahead and eat my dinner inside of my tent tonight when I'm ready to eat. And but yeah, I'm just gonna sit back here because you can see, man, I worked up a little bit of a sweat coming back here, and I'm not kidding you. With those new glasses of mine, those Liberty Sport glasses, I really like them, but I sure hope I can get used to them, because I must have tripped at least 5 or 6 times. I tripped walking because of those glasses, and I'll give it another week or two, and if the glasses don't get better, then I'll take them back and to the eye doctor and tell them, hey, you got to do something about these glasses because they're not working for me. So, but all right, I'm gonna sit here, relax, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. Let's hurry up and get everything in the tent. Just going as quick as I can. So, there's my food for tonight. Keep the bugs out of the tent. Now you can see, you see, there's a light street light right there. So that's like a security light for the building right there. So the good thing about my tent and my chair is it sits really low to the ground. So that way I don't have to walk upright and have people notice me from afar, because I have no idea if they're gonna drive around the security, or they're gonna walk around, or if there's even security there or not. But I always act like there's security, or always act like someone's watching. And another thing, when you're back in the woods, take the time to look up in the trees to make sure there's no those tree cams that the hunters use, because I know that companies and certain areas put those in the trees to keep an eye on who's going in and out of the woods. So, okay, I'm gonna move this trailer a little bit closer to my tent. Man, look at those vines. Are all over back here. I'm surprised I haven't seen Tarzan swing by yet. But anyhow, I am going to move this back over here a little bit. I want everything close to my tent. Alright, I got all my sleeping bags down. Everything's all set inside of my tent. The sun's going to be going down in about 25 minutes. So, just going to sit back here and enjoy myself. So far, so good. I haven't heard anybody. Of course, you can hear the traffic. I'm not sure about behind me in that building. So, and I'm kind of in a pickle because I got the highway about 100 feet from me, and I'm not sure if it's affecting my audio, so I'm trying to talk loud enough so you guys can hear me, and at the same time not have a security guard behind me hear me off in the distance and then call the authorities on me. So, but honestly, I didn't see the way that I came in and everything that I passed to get to where I'm stealth camping right now. I did not see any no trespassing signs, not one. So I think I'm good, but I'm just gonna sit back here, relax, maybe listen to some tunes, and maybe put some pajamas on and enjoy the rest of our stealth camping adventure. I wanted to tell you guys, when you Google Maps somewhere, say you want to look for a place to stealth camp, so you get on Google Maps and you push satellite so you can see what the areas actually look like through satellite. And say, like, right now I'm stealth camping at a place called Forest Park, and what I did is I typed up Forest Park. After I found the place, I looked under Forest Park and I looked at the reviews, and I got to see the community's response to this park and what they like to do at this park. And the majority of them said how awesome the park was because it's in the middle of the city and there's woods back here, and how they love to walk through the woods. So that's why I got the eye out. I'm sitting low. I'm trying to talk as low as I can and still have you be able to hear me. And so yeah, so that's a good way to help learn people's habits, is go on their reviews and they'll tell you what they do. They walk around. They might say they picnic, but they all said the same thing. They walk through these woods. So I almost put my camouflage tarp on my tent. But as of right now, I don't feel the necessity to take my camouflage tarp out and hide underneath it. I don't feel that I'm in great danger of being busted. But you never know. You never know. I mean, when I came back here with all those houses, who knows? They might have seen me came in, and they might be window watching, waiting for me to come back out, and they might tell one of their spouses, hey, that guy that went in the park never came back out. I don't know what they do around here, but like I said earlier, they did have a neighborhood watch sign right by the park. I'll show you if I remember when I leave in the morning. Okay, well, I'm just gonna sit back here, listen to some tunes, and relax, get my PJs on like I told you earlier, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Now that it's dark, you can see their parking lot light straight ahead, and over this way you can see those lights through the trees, more parking lot lights. So like I said, the building's right there, so I'm gonna have to be extremely careful. Well, it's pretty dark back here. Besides those lights back that way, I got my light on my camera, so I gotta be careful. Okay, I'm going to have to make this quick because like I just got done saying, the camera light is on and I do not want to be seen. So we are going to get inside the tent and I'm going to show you what I brought to eat for dinner tonight. Okay, come on, let's get inside the tent. Okay, it is almost 9 o'clock at night and I haven't eaten a bite all day long. I am starving. Here's what I brought for dinner. Okay, before I came out on this stealth camping trip, I went to Kroger's Market and I picked up a handcrafted boar's head ham sandwich with American cheese for $4.99. Let's take a look inside and see what it looks like. Well, it looks pretty good. And this is a Greek salad that I bought. Ready to eat. Just got to open up this dressing and pour it on, and it's ready to eat. Chicken, has feta, little tomatoes. You can see like the little olives. Oh, and for my ham sandwich, I brought a nice jalapeno. And for dessert, a little honey bun. And then just a snack later on, some chili Fritos. All right. Let me try this real quick. Awesome. You know, I thought it was going to be dry because when I opened up the sandwich,
didn't have any mayonnaise or even any mustard on it, but the bread is nice and moist. The meat is nice and juicy, and I like the sandwich a lot. It is definitely worth $4.99. It beats the heck out of a fast food hamburger, I'll tell you that. Alright, now, okay, and just pour this over the Greek salad. Alright, let's give it a try. There we go. Really good. The salad dressing is really nice. The chicken breast nice and moist. Alright, let me take a bite of this, and then I'll take a bite of this and see how hot this pepper is. Pretty hot. Let me try some more of this jalapeno. All right, let me take a bite of this again. Take a big bite of this again, the jalapeno. That's pretty hot. What a great sandwich for $4.99. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish my dinner and I'll get back with you in a little bit. Woo! My mouth is burning. Well, I'm starting to get really sleepy. I got my part of my door open in my tent. Of course, the screen is covering it. But I got half of my door open in my tent. And then you can see I got the air vent. I made sure that was open today because in my last stealth camping adventure, the Halloween special, I didn't mention it, but when I woke up in my tent the next morning, the tent all around me was just covered in condensation, and there was so much condensation I couldn't believe it. So much condensation that my blankets got a little wet, and when I got home I had to turn my tent inside out and let it dry completely so no mold or anything like that would start to grow on it. So I had to make sure everything I brought with me was dry because I didn't leave enough ventilation for my tent. Lesson learned. Won't happen again. But I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It was a good night. I slept excellent with my tent door open and the vent properly open this time. The condensation wasn't that bad at all. Hardly had any condensation. So if you have a one-person tent, just make sure you have awesome ventilation in that tent. Okay, well, it is 7:30 in the morning and I am packing up my stuff and I am out of here. I'll see you on the road. It's not too bad getting out of these woods. Besides the vines that are hanging from the trees that like to grab onto your trailer, it's not really too bad back here. All right, there's that main trail that we came down yesterday, and the billboard should be down this way. I actually had to go around that. When I first came out of the woods, that was blocking that main trail. They cut down a bunch of trees and let it fall over the trail. Oh, you can hear the traffic over there again. Well, I was just getting on my bike to go home, and I get on my bike and realize my chain is popped. So now I gotta fix that. All right, let me get on that and get that fixed. Okay, the bike chain is fixed. Now, let's get out of here. I know it's gross, but you see that dog dropping? That means somebody was back here this morning, because I know for a fact when we went in there yesterday to check on the woods, when I showed you them, that dog dropping was not there. So we definitely have people that were back here this morning, or perhaps are even still back here. Right up ahead is where we are going to leave the park, and I'll let you see exactly what I'm seeing ahead of me. Okay. Now hopefully I can get through that opening by the gate and not get hung up on it, especially my trailer. There's all the houses. I don't see anybody yet. Alright, let's squeeze on through. And up ahead, I'll show you that neighborhood watch sign that I was telling you about yesterday. There it is. And again, another successful stealth camping adventures trip. So you can see all the towers for the radio station right next to where we were camped by. Thank you for coming along on this stealth camping adventure with me. If you like what you're watching, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, I'll see you next time when we go stealth camping.